Good morning. Coming to you from loft slash kids play area uh, to give you a recap on what's new. All right. So most of my videos have been in my car on my way to my W-2. I wanted to start that journey and do a video every day. I did not accomplish the video every day, but I have created a lot of videos. And so hopefully it's led to the reception, a lot of value from you guys out there that watch. So just to recap on everything, Midwest Automotive Partners, uh, again, still in progress. We're still waiting on the dealership license. We had some things that we needed to correct with the surety bond. So that has all been done, and we should have that updated today. And then the license can get submitted for so that we can begin to sell cars, go to auctions, things of that nature, as an officially licensed dealer. Now, that's all good news. So, yesterday I brought in some potential team members that may be working with me in the future. I've already addressed with some of them, and others will be potentially down the line as the business grows. And there are some very clear measurements of success and triggers to be able to move forward into expansion, which would be from the mainly wholesale part of the business, then into retail, then into finances, being able to finance deals, working with banks, selling ancillary products like warranty, protections, things of that nature, and then on to buy here, pay here, and eventually on to body shops, service centers, things of that nature. So that is the general idea and compartmentalization of the growth strategy that I have for Midwest Automotive Partners. Now, today is my first beginning day, right? So I actually, my first official day was Friday, and I went after it. So this week we will be meeting with those operators at the auctions to walk us through the auctions, give us the rundown, tell us what best practices are for them and their company so that we can operate them with efficiency. It is very important to get in communication and find out how others operate so that you can mesh with them, flow with them while you are doing business with them. This goes a long way, shows a lot of respect, and will just add a lot of value and flow to your business, which ultimately will lead to a lot of great things. And so Sunday invited some people out to the dealership to just go over the map way. What is map? What are we wanting to do? And what is our purpose? And how do we view leadership and teamwork and strategic partnerships? And then also just what it is that we do, which is you know creating pathways for people, moving people forward. That is the tagline through strategic partnership, building lasting strategic partnerships. The one thing that I've learned in business is you can't do this thing alone. You can, it's very hard, it's very stressful, and eventually you'll just get tired. So I've invested heavily in building up strong relationships and strategic partnerships to help me in whatever endeavors that I get into. And so Midwest Automotive Partners is just one part in that. And we look forward to getting launched here in the next 15 to 30 days. That's about how long the license takes to get approved. Now, I do have several background checks already through the FBI. That through some of the other licenses I have, like my commercial mortgage license and things of that nature. So that should go pretty fast. So very excited to get into this. Want to jump on here today because today is going to get very busy and very busy up here because what's important is before you start that business that you get really granular on the timelines. Now those things will change. They always do. They move and they come at later dates. But setting and compartmentalizing the stages of the growth of your business over the first year, the second year, and the third year at least are extremely important to me in my experience because it gives you a clear design. When shit hits the fan and chaos starts going and all these things start piling up that are all things business and life, to have that roadmap on paper so that you can reflect on it often and make sure that you are staying on track because you will get off track. And if you don't have a guideline, a timeline, and a strategy to get from point A to point B or A to Z, then you are going to get lost along the way and you are accounting for luck. You are accounting for luck and hoping that your business will succeed and get to where you want to go. I know where I want to go. I also know where I'm going to be. And what I mean by that is I don't know exactly what that looks like. I thought I used to be able to say, I'm going to be here then, and it's going to look exactly like this, and all these things are going to be exactly like I want it. And I used to envision that into my mind. Now, although that is extremely powerful, and to me, it's a key if you want to be a successful person is to envision the place that you want to be and what it looks like. But you also, it's very important to understand that you need to be open to it being a little bit different or a lot different. And just look at what the actual overall end result is, maybe not the little particulars. And then you can hone those things in over time if you really want it to look exactly like that. But getting there is literally having a focus on something, putting a plan and a strategy to it, putting timelines on it, and then fucking going after it. Take action and go after it and blow that timeline out of the water. So a lot of times I'll set a timeline for like 30 to 45 days, depending on the scale of the implementation, whatever that process is. If there's systems, a bunch of people involved, I usually do it 30 to 45 days. Some people put it out 90 days, 120 days. That's a very long time for most engagements to actually implement and get results and get people on the same page, even if there's 30 to 50 to 100 people on there. So 45 to 60 days is really what I stick to. And usually I can get them done in 30. Depends on the variables that come into play. You know, when you're in business, there's a lot of things that are still going, moving, changing. And so you've got to be able to rearrange priorities while maintaining the overall priority. And that's very hard for people to do, especially when you don't have it written down on paper and you're not following that plan. So the plan for us is in the first 6 months to blow wholesale out of the water. We are going to visit as many auctions, dealerships as we possibly can in the next 60 days. And the reason for that is not just to visit with them, right? Like that's powerful. Have conversations, let people know who you are and what you're doing, but also to make sure that they know that we are here, to let them know what it is that we hope to provide and how we will operate and how we can add value to their already great organization or operation, whatever that is. And with that, we will start cataloging potential partnerships, right? Like people who say they would like to work with us and buy cars from us. So that's the one thing, right? The second thing is buying the cars. So strategically knowing what your schedule is at the auctions, right? When do the auctions run? What kind of access do you have to the cars that are at the auction before they run through the auction? Can you go visit them? What days are those? How long do you have? You know, what lanes are there? So what type of condition of cars are they running there? What's their main sweet spot as far as cars, so that you know if you're going to buy a client who wants XYZ, you want to go to XYZ auction. You don't want to go to ABC auction if they want XYZ, because that's going to be a waste of time. So making sure that we know what the playing field looks like, and then setting a strategy as far as what days we go for, and how many we want to buy, depending on the strategic partnerships. How many are they buying for us? What is their buy box? All of these things. So with all of that said, that's what today is going to be, is really using this brain, strategizing with everything. Not to plug, but Plot AI. I talk a lot to myself. You know, when you're in business, you put things out. A lot of people want to write them on paper. I write a lot on paper. I type a lot in the computer, but it's very nice when you record. I do a lot of videos to myself, videos that I've never shared with anybody else. I will go back, revisit those, and it will reinvigorate strategies and objectives that I wanted, or you know, overcoming bottlenecks throughout my mind so that I can hold on to it. Plot AI, okay, again, I'm not a representative or an affiliate of them, but Plot AI has been really great for that. I used it in another company I was working with, and it will actually dictate out your, like you say your thoughts, and it will organize it for you. It will put in key points, and then I push that over to whatever AI you want to use. I use ChatGPT a lot. I know a lot of people say there's a lot better, but I am becoming an astute user of ChatGPT. It has been light years of production ahead of my average work pace, and I appreciate that. So I dictate it here, I copy that, I put it over in ChatGPT, and I do whatever I need to. I can create whole prospectuses, projections, timelines, whatever teams, emails, whatever it is that I need based off a 20-minute conversation that I have on Plot. It records it for me, itemizes it out, and really puts clarity to my thoughts so that now I have a structured outline of what to attack. And then I can add all the things I want to it, like timelines, etc. So, uh, yeah, hey, I'm in. Yeah, thank you. So anyway, gonna get off here quickly today. Things are moving forward with West Automotive Partners. I've also talked to you guys about Upside Equity Fund, which is a commercial real estate investment and development group that I am a general partner in. That we will be, developing some properties and doing some big projects, that's my sweet spot. So waiting on the PPM for that, and once I get that, I will go to work speaking with people about investing in this project and participating in this project in many different areas. So excited to get that going. Excited to get Midwest Automotive up and running. So stay along, and I will keep you posted. And let's fucking get after it. Stay lavish.